Linda was frustrated. She thought she'd never get out of the job that she hated. After implementing the B part of my BEAM process, Get Your Message Heard, she'd run her first workshop with over 20 participants. Linda became a coach because she has a passion for helping people. She knew how hard menopause could be and wanted to support women going through this dramatic stage of life. But she didn't want her business to take all of her time. She wants to live her life. She needs to care for her sick mother. But she hated her job as a receptionist at a local business, and she was fed up with her boss always picking on her. Linda wanted to be paid good money for her knowledge and her skills. She wanted to clear the debt that her qualifications had put her into. But she also wanted time to spend with her mother while she was still here. Maybe you're like Linda and want to earn enough to pay the bills, but also have the time to enjoy life. Perhaps you're like me and love the peace of kayaking under the warmth of a summer sun. Or maybe your family is still young and you want to spend time with them, doing all the silly things that families do, laughing and having fun, making memories. But you can't do any of that if you don't generate sufficient income to pay the bills and have some left over for the fun things of life, right? This was Linda. She did have a few clients, but really wanted to scale her business to the level where she could quit her job. She really wanted to run workshops, delivering one to many, giving menopausal women relief from the symptoms they were experiencing. Linda had been able to generate leads from the ads that she was running, but she struggled to convert those leads into paying clients. She told me that she stumbled when it came to telling people the price for her coaching. So the very first thing that we looked at was, how was she making her offer? It turned out that every time Linda got to the point of telling her prospect how much she charged for her workshop, her voice changed. It became very quiet, and she often stuttered a little too and broke eye contact. While talking about this and what was happening at that point in the conversation, it became clear that Linda doubted that her prospect would be able to pay. She was making an assumption that they wouldn't be able to afford her service, so she found herself either offering a much discounted price that was way less than she wanted people to pay and was so low that it made her business unviable. Have you done this maybe yourself? I know I did in the early days. Linda told me she would rather have a client at a loss than not have a client at all, because if she had no client, she would feel like a failure and her partner would go on at her saying, "I told you so, I knew this wouldn't work." So we looked deeper. And on closer examination, Linda revealed that her partner repeatedly told her that he couldn't see how anyone would want to pay to sit in a room with her and practice mumbo-jumbo that wouldn't help anyway. You see, Linda's partner didn't understand what she really did. I asked why she didn't explain to him how her coaching worked and the difference that it could make. And she told me that she didn't want him to ridicule her anymore, so it was easier for her to say nothing. Two things are happening here. First of all, Linda didn't believe her prospects could pay for her service. And secondly, Linda struggled to convey the benefits and the value of what she did because she was letting her partner's negativity invade her mind, causing her to doubt herself. In fact, these issues boil down to one thing. And this is something that has got to be in place for any business owner to be successful. And that one thing forms the B of my BEAM process. This B is belief. You have to believe in your service. You have to believe in yourself. You must believe the changes that you can help people make. And you have to believe you can do it. Doesn't matter what marketing strategy you use if you don't truly believe deep down at your core that you can do it. Linda was able to generate leads, but where she was failing and struggling was in that conversion to paying clients, and that focused on her belief or lack of it, that anybody would want to pay or that they could pay. You have to believe that your service is valuable. If you don't believe the value of your service and what it can do for your clients, it's going to be almost impossible to show your prospects why they should work with you and not somebody else. Belief is the cornerstone of any success story. Without it, obstacles will seem insurmountable and they're going to floor you, as they had for Linda. Her partner's negativity got under her skin because at the heart of it, Linda didn't believe she was worthy of people paying money for her services, and her partner's words simply tapped into that lack of belief. She didn't believe she was any good at what she did. You see, Linda was like so many help professionals. She was able to generate some leads but struggled to believe in herself or her services. So when it came to asking for the sale, for payment or making the offer, her voice and her demeanour changed in such a way that conveyed that uncertainty and insecurity. Two of the biggest turn-offs for prospective clients. If clients don't feel you're confident in what you do, how can they be? Now, things changed for Linda when she happened to bump into one of her prospects at the supermarket a few weeks after speaking with her. This lady had made a beeline for Linda when she saw her at the end of the shopping aisle. She was very excited as she told Linda that after she'd spoken with her, she'd gone and found an online course that taught relaxation strategies and mindfulness, and the skills she was learning were making a huge difference to the symptoms of menopause. She'd been able to sleep through the night before she was waking up several times a night. Having a proper night's sleep was making a key difference for her, and she swore that her hot flushes were happening less often as well. At the start of our next session, Linda looked despondent and told me what had happened. After speaking with this lady, Linda had done some research herself and found that the course the prospect had taken instead of Linda's actually cost 3 times more than Linda's workshop did. She looked at the topics that this other course covered, that her lost prospect had paid triple what she would have paid for Linda's, and Linda was astonished to see that her own course delivered so much more. Linda's course taught relaxation, shared mindfulness techniques, but it included the use of aromatherapy oils in her work, which magnified the effects of the relaxation strategies that she was teaching. So I asked if she was now ready to release the beliefs that had been holding her back. And when she confirmed she was, we rolled up our sleeves and we got to work. Now, don't get me wrong. It can be challenging work to release deeply held beliefs, particularly when they are beliefs that tell you you're not good enough. But it is possible. The BEAM part of my belief process gives you a simple 4-step process that sets you free from the shackles of doubt and uncertainty. Linda realised just how much value her workshop delivered, and she was now able to articulate this in a way she never had before because she felt it inside. She believed in what she was doing. She became excited and eager to talk with prospects and found she was able to speak with confidence about her workshop, sharing how her methods would bring relief to those menopausal symptoms that plague so many women. The result was her next workshop she ran had 23 women paying her new higher price without complaint. So we set about planning her strategy for the future and mapped out how she would be able to leave her job within a year. The final hurdle for Linda was dealing with the negativity from her partner. This final hurdle for her was really difficult, but armed with her newfound belief in herself and certain in the knowledge that her workshop delivered the results that women wanted, she was better able to block out her partner's unkind words. She knew she couldn't change what he said or what he thought, but a few weeks later she reported it was like she had a shield of belief around her, such that what he said was having less impact on her. She knew that the more he saw her indifference to what she said, the less he would say hurtful things. So if you're struggling to believe in yourself, I encourage you to first be clear on the value that you deliver. Take that blindfold off and really see the good that you can do. And if you need help to shatter any lingering doubts and beliefs that are holding you back, there's a link below this video where you can access my calendar and book in for a chat. No obligation. I believe you can do it, so why the hell not? Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.